How's everybody going? So today, let's talk Tokyo Xtreme Racer. Game finally out in full release. I'm enjoying the hell out of it so far. But one thing I want to say straight off the bat, whoever came up with this race right here, to the developer at Tokyo Xtreme Racer who came up with this race, sir, you are a dick. And that's all I got to say about this. This race is some BS. All right, so back to the game. So just a little bit of background of where I am in the game so far. I just finished, I believe, stage 3 after beating the three Kurosaki brothers, or Kurosaki brother, where the hell they were. I started with the EK. No, sorry. I started out with the Suzuki Swift, quickly bought the EK hatch. And then after about, I don't know, probably about halfway through stage 1, I swapped over to the NSX-R and have been driving that pretty much since. I did buy the LFA there for a short time, but I really didn't like the car. I just finished stage 3, so I'm a lot farther into the game. If you played early access, we only got stage 1 in early access with the defeat of the Cinderella boss. We're going much past that in the full release, which is awesome. All right, so let's get into details. So we'll start with the good, and then we'll go into some stuff that we don't like so far later on in the game. First off, love having a real JDM Wangan game. I've been kind of addicted to the Wangan Midnight game that's at round 1 for a couple months now. And we've kind of got into this, and now I kind of have something I can play at home with the same thing. I love the fact that they just added Honda. That was kind of my big pet peeve when the original first came out, is there was no Honda. Now we have all the Hondas, and it's running great. And we have a bunch of other cars like the LFA and the new R35 GTRs, the new Supras. So the game selection is getting much bigger, which is great. Not sure how far the story is going to go. Like I said, just finished stage 3. So hopefully there's more for the game to come. So yeah, enjoying the game so far. Game looks good. I'm running a 5080 Ti, a 5080, and I had a hard time getting the settings to work right to where the game wasn't like super slow and choppy for some reason. It could be the rest of my computer not being able to keep up, which is always kind of an issue. I'm running an older AM4 Ryzen processor, so I'm pretty sure that has something to do with it. But yeah, the game is great. I'm having fun. A lot of people I know are having fun in the game, so it's doing great. Let's get into some of the other things about the game besides for just my overall enjoying the game. So let's get into details. All right, so let's talk AI. The AI in this game is very aggressive. You will be driving down and they will go out of their way to slam into you, brake check you, and try to push you into a wall. It's really bad in stage 1. It seems like every person you come against is just trying to push you into the wall or slam into you, and they start the races like they're a Formula 1 car, weaving back and forth trying to warm up their tires, but they're just blocking the lane. And then they slam into you. This gets even worse in the races where you're racing 2 or 3 people at a time, because the cars that are on the back will just slam into you and push you into a wall. And then the front car will just take off like a bat out of hell and beat you. Hopefully that gets patched, because, okay, I understand aggressive, AI and whatnot, but it's just kind of pushing to a whole different level in this game. They will just slam into you and just slam into you. There's not really any skill to their racing for a lot of the AI. It's just hit you, slam into you, hit you, slam into you, and, they win that way. Another kind of weird thing I noticed about the AI is there's races, and this shows up a lot more in the end of, well, not the end, but later on in the stages, is you'll be racing a car, you'll be beating it, you'll get it down to a quarter of their health, And all of a sudden, it seems like they just found 5,000 more horsepower, and they go from being like 40 meters behind you to all of a sudden shooting out and going like 100 meters farther than you immediately. Like, and they're not even using nitrous. It's just somehow their car somehow becomes faster and takes off. I don't know if that's something weird in the coding or what, but yeah, there's certain times where you're beating a car, you're doing really good, and all of a sudden the car just puts a jet engine on and takes off like a motherfucker. I'm not quite sure why, but it's happened a few times. Yeah, but yeah, AI, that's pretty much where we're at. Like I said, it seemed like it was more of a concern earlier in the stages and less so later on. And like I said, except for the multiple car races, because while it is good team strategy, they will just hit you and let the front car take off. But that's kind of what I've noticed as far as the AI goes. As far as the traffic AI, it'll be good, but all of a sudden, like, you'll have times where like the traffic will be in their lane and then it'll swerve off to the side really quick all of a sudden. And while it's not really like anything bad to the game, but it definitely keeps you on your toes, and it has caused me a couple butt pucker moments in like bigger like stake fights, and so it's kind of funny. But like I said, there's a good variety in cars. With the Wanderers, there's a good variety. I still have to figure out some of the battle requirements for some of the Wanderers, because there's a few Wanderers that have been in the game since the beginning, and I still haven't figured out what the way is to race them, especially like the clown guy and the pizza guy. I haven't figured out how to race them yet. I know one will only race you in the front wheel drive car. One will only race a Nissan Z. There's a Toyota guy in one of the parking lots that will only race his exact car. So that's interesting. So yeah. Another one thing that I think needs an improvement in this game, even though it's a small complaint, but as a car guy and around someone who has built many of the cars in this game and have been around high performance value of these cars, the car sound in this game is very lacking. It's just kind of real low, like generic car sounds. None of the cars actually sound really good. They all sound just kind of really muffled and not only they're not realistic, but you don't get any more improved car sounds the more you upgrade your car, especially when you're upgrading the exhaust and stuff. You're not really getting that oomph of the car sounding powerful. But that's just me. That's just kind of a little pet peeve, but that's something that can get fixed. And it's, even if it doesn't get fixed, it doesn't really affect the main gameplay of the game. But yeah, that's just one thing I'd like to see improved. I don't know if the game's really optimized where it needs to be. I think this game could really use an optimization patch, especially when it comes to like shadows and stuff. I had to turn down like the light illumination down pretty low to get the game to not like be dropping frames and stuff. And I've seen a lot of other people complaining about that too, that's the one setting they really need to drop down for the game to really run its best. And the only other real issue I've had with the game is I have a Fanatec set up for my sim, and I haven't really been able to get the game to really react and play the way I would want to using my rig. Like the steering is like really unresponsive and like it's unresponsive and kind of like laggy. You're not really getting the throttle response or the steering response like you should be getting. And playing around with like the analog and digital pedals, I don't know if it's a setting thing that I'm still trying to figure out, but it's trying to find that good point to where the game plays well. Hopefully in the future they'll add better like steering and pedal customization and configurations for the game. I know they have announced that this game is coming to PS5, which sucks because I just sold my PS5 and I've only got my Xbox Series X as a console, so I was kind of hoping it would come to both, but beggars can't be choosers. But we finally got the game full release. This is going awesome. I'm loving the fact that we have the game finally. It's nice the game wasn't in early access as long as a lot of other games like Path of Exile and all these other games that come out, Assetto Corsa, Le Mans Ultimate, where they're, in early access for these giant amount of times. And they're also not nitpicking you with having to pay stuff like early access. You know, they didn't make you re-buy the copy like some of these games are doing now. Like they're separating the full release to the early access release, which is kind of shady business practices, but that's kind of where we're at. But yeah, enjoying the game. Just wanted to kind of give my 2 cents on what I think needs to improve in the game, things that I've seen, issues that I've had. But yeah, just it's great that we're getting JDM games. Right after this game got announced, we just got the announcement that Forza Motorsport 6 is coming out, and that's going to be in Japan too. So we're getting another JDM game, which is going to be awesome. I haven't played any of the Forza Horizon games. I'll be doing that in stream once I kind of get through with this game and I kind of get bored with this or whatever. But yeah, go ahead and join us on stream. We stream Monday through Friday on Twitch, Kick, and YouTube from 2 to 4 p.m. Pacific time. That's sim stuff, arcade racing. We kind of go all over the place because the weekends are kind of dedicated to my track stuff, SCCA stuff, car building, car events, and stuff like that, which we'll be posting a lot more stuff here coming up towards the end of the year. We'll be posting SEMA and the finals of Formula D and all this other stuff we got going on coming up. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see everyone soon. And hopefully, oh yeah, one more thing. I haven't heard what they're adding to this game post-release, but there are a couple things. I'd love to see a multiplayer, and I'd love to see some sort of competitive mode, like leaderboards or something like that. I'm not really sure how they would implement it into this game, but the more that I play the One Getting Midnight game in the arcade, the more I wish they'd kind of bring some of those features to this, you know, including the leaderboards, the multiplayer events, and adding multiplayer to the game. I'm not really sure how they would implement it, but that is definitely something that I would love to see. Let me know on your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what you guys are having fun, and what cars are you guys using for like mid and end game. I'm curious. Like I said, I'm using the NSX-R right now, and gonna kind of carry this car, see how far I can take this, and see if I buy something else later on, like an R35 GTR or something else I want to go with. But yeah, have fun. See you guys in game, and have fun.